In this video, we are going to use Cloud Code to quickly deploy our service to Cloud Run in combination with Jib Plugin for containerizing the service without using a Docker file. Okay, as you know, there's always a case we want to make sure that everything works fine before we actually apply the pipeline to deploy it on Cloud Run. And to do that, now we have Cloud Code. But first, let's go ahead and create a new service. I'll go with start.spring.io project Cradle Groovy language. I'll choose Java Spring Boot 3.0.2 group. I will rename it BN Cloud, and this time I will name as header service. So header service and jar Java 17 dependency. I will stick with web cause then architecture lump, yeah, lump. Okay, let's take a look at this. So yeah, I think it's enough for this simple service. This service will return the header for any request that come into the service. Just so generated. I will bring it to desktop for you guys easily to see it. Unzip it here, and then I will open it. Header desktop header service. Open it here. Header service. Okay, then first I will take a look at the build radar. It's okay, it's good, and obviously we don't need this line because the compile only configuration has already extended the annotation processor configuration. We can confirm that by checking the compile last part dependency. So let's see. Here's I'll run this. I will Gradle dependency and configuration compile class path. So we see that, so we have lump pop in the compile last part here. So now we delete that one. So we know that it's still there because the compile only already extend that. So we reload it and run it again. Then we still see the project lump up in the compile class path. But if we comment this line and then run it again, then now we haven't seen the lump up anymore because now the compile only is not extend the annotation processor. So if we do it here, so we can safely delete that. We can safely delete this one. So we don't need this, delete it, and everything will be okay. Let's go ahead and create our API. So here, API here, right? Put like public void headers, and here want to something header, request header, string header, and then I will log it here. So J also REST controller, there's a request mapping values headers, and then here's get mapping or return mapping ping. Okay, and log.info headers string, then I will return the header. Okay, and don't forget the best practice is always create a context path here, and our name is YAML. Don't need this one, don't need this one, so I'm gonna delete it. And here context path, so here is something header service, the service. Okay, then okay, let's check it. Okay, header service, the context path, the API get, right? Okay, let's run it. Connection refused. Okay, we haven't. Yeah, sorry. We have to run it first, then run it. Okay, everything fine. And okay, so this is the response. Okay, so we successfully run our new service. Now let's go ahead and install Cloud Code. So IntelliJ here, so I will go preferences and I'll search for plugin. I want to install Cloud Code. Here, this one, install it. Okay, it will take a minute. So we have serverless with Cloud Run, Kubernetes, Compute Engine, App Engine, blah blah blah. But in this video, we'll only focus on the Cloud Run, serverless Cloud Run. Okay, restart it. This gonna terminate. Okay, where is it? Okay, here. Okay, then I guess that we should have Cloud Code here. So let preference, check it again. Install Cloud Code. Okay, then we should have. So we configuration here, right? some Rado, and should have it here. Cloud Code, yeah, deploy. So for Cloud Run, currently Cloud Code support two options for run locally and deploy. Okay, and deploy. And in this video, I only focus on deploy. Okay, deploy. Then I'll rename it deploy on dev environment. Personally, I only use it for like some sandbox environment. So we need to select the Google Cloud project. You know that we already linked our account with the Cloud Code. Okay, let's back and apply this first. Save the configuration here. And okay, so go to the terminals. We have gcloud, our list. You see that currently this is our account linked to the gcloud COI, right? And Cloud Code will use that active account to find the project. For example, if we go to reset again, so we switch to here, this account, and if we go to cloud code again, then it's like a cloud project. So we have to switch back to the personal email to see the project, right? Then okay, we can do that here, we can do that here, or just update it again. Gcloud list. Currently this one account is active, but okay, update it again here. Sorry. My bad. Then here have project. We have okay, now it automatically fill in this field by project, and this is our car service project, so I'll to it, and I'll stick with Asia is one Taiwan service name, header service. I'm okay with it, and allow unauthenticated invocation. It is similar to, okay, let's apply save it here. Okay, this is similar to the unauthenticated we set in the workflow. Allow unauthenticated here. So this is the same, and this is an image repository. As you remember, our image repository here. So let's go to the console. We save our image, we store our image in the artifact registry, right? The artifact registry for the car service dev project. So we name it car service repository, and then in here we have this folder car service cloud run for storing car service image. But for then here, so to artifact registry and refresh this one. The project is car service dev, and here we only have one car service repository. So this means that we will use the car service repository, and inside this we will create a folder named header service to store our image for header service. Okay, and this is the advanced testing. In the last video we already saw that, right? The CPU limits, the memory limit, the request timeout, the maximum request per container. This is the concurrency, the maximum number of instances, the environment variable, the service account. It's always the best practice to have a service account linked to our cloud run service. If not, they will use the default service account of the compute engine. And then this is the setting, the build setting for build the Docker image and put it. So in here we just, it's require a Docker file for builder to be available, something like that. And okay, let's keep it there. Okay, this is a time for us to add Jib Plugin into our project. So let's take a look at Jib Plugin. So Jib Plugin builds container for us without using a Docker file. Very convenient. And by using Jib Plugin, we can build directly the image in the registry, and you can read the documentation here. And because I'll use Gradle, so I'll just go Gradle plugin, then here, so I'll add this plugin to our project, build Gradle, and I'll add Jib Plugin here. What Jib do for us? So by adding Jib, we are going to have two main tasks. The first one is Gradle Jib Docker build. This one is similar to Docker build command line without the need of Dockerfile. So similar to this slide, for example here. So it's similar to the Docker build in your workflow. It's similar to this slide. So basically, it will build our image in local for us, for testing in local, for example. Okay, let's check it. Then we have 7 here. Docker, I'll run it. Then currently we have this, the image in my machine. So now I will use the glib to create a new image in local. So task Jib and Jib Docker build. I'll run it here. Okay. Then now we will see that it build image for us and name it header service. This is the version. This is the versions. Yeah. This is the name. Radar setting. So this is for the project name header service. And we will check it again. So image should be somewhere. Okay, then reload it again. And the header service here. Okay, so this time I will delete it. Yes. The second one is Jib. It's a very powerful task. This one will build an image and put it to a container image registry for us. For our case, the image will be pushed to Google Artifact Registry. So obviously, it is equivalent to both the command. And let's test it directly by updating this workload here in our cloud service. Okay, let's copy this command, then the image here. Okay, we don't need this one. So pure and post container. So we don't need this step as well because we don't use Docker command line anymore. Okay, so we need to update it. Okay, radio for radar, and yeah, we also need to add the plugin here. Add a plugin here, and then we don't need the Docker file here. Okay, let's delete it. The Docker file. Okay, let's take a look at our workflow. Okay, so everything should work. Then we command it. So this one we will Docker do Jib commit anyway. Then I'll push it. Okay. Okay, back to Git Cloud service. So run again. So make sure that we already posted. Yeah. Docker to Jib and run the action here. So let's see it's work or not. Okay, the Docker is boosted successfully here. So now we only need to wait the load to Lauren. Let's see from the beginning. Okay, this build and push to container. So we run this line radar chip image HRX1 Docker file. This is the project name. This is the server repository, and this is the folder server client, and this is the image. Okay, let image. Okay, server client. So this one, and if we take a look at, so this is the last one we built used by Dockerfile. The virtual size is 271 megabyte, and this is the one that we built by using Jib. It's only 132 megabyte, and we don't have to configure like something like 2-layer Dockerfile, something like that. That's a very good result for us. Okay, let's double check your current client service. Clarence service client, and this one, and Arthur. I run it Arthur. Cold start, yeah, of course. It needs to start a new instance. Please start a new instance. Okay, so the new services and a new revision we just deployed 4 minutes ago. Okay, we have to by some point we have to do it manually. Okay, leave move. Maybe in the next time I have to remember click to the serve this revision immediately before the new version. Okay, but I will leave it for now. Service, wait a little bit. This one, okay. This one with this one use the image that used by Jib, right? Yeah, the one with 132 megabyte. That's it. Okay, now the traffic is 100% here, and again, okay, the started still loading. Check the log again. Okay. I'll try another tab. Everything is okay here. Okay, then started up, and Arthur count second. Yeah, that's it. Let's back to our header service. In header service, since we used the Jib plugin, so now we double check again our Cloud Run Deploy, and the option for Docker builds is now Jib Radar plugin from the build Radar, and we don't have to configure anything, and that's it. Then just run it. Jib Radar plugin here, so the image, the artifact registry repository, the repository, the image name, and after that the image version. Okay, then okay, and deploy it. So just one click and everything will be deployed on Google Cloud Run. Do it. Okay, now they said that it's built and push the image successfully, and we can double check here. So back to artifact registry repository. We're still using the same repository, right? The server repository here, and in that now we have the new header service, and in the new header service we have this version. Okay, that's good, and we should have the new Cloud Run service, right? Okay, failed to deploy Cloud Run. Really ensure network is available. You log in, try again. The mask scale might not exceed 30. Invalid specified for CPU. Considering your workload in a region with greater capacity degree, your request CPU per instant or request instant quota. Okay, the quota for resources in our service. So we run memory. It's not that big. Timeout is okay. The concurrency. Oh, the mass instances is quite big, and I think maybe the quota is about the mass instances. Yeah, the CPU. Yeah, not unauthenticated. Yeah. Okay, then let's try it again. Edit configuration, but this time advanced setting, CPU limit, memory limit. Okay, so I'll put it 10. Okay, apply, go, load again. It's good that it's found remotely, maybe with the same hash here, and then it's decided don't build again and use the file image to deploy to Cloud Run by this command line. Okay, look like this time the Cloud Run is deployed successfully. Let's check this, refresh this one. Okay, now we have the header service just by one click in the cloud code header service, and has this URL, right? Sorry, this won't work because we have the head context path. The context path is header service and header. Okay, that's good. Not found. Yeah. Okay, then now we deploy successfully our new header service to Cloud Run by using the cloud code and Jib to optimize the process of building the Docker image and put it to Google Artifact Registry. Thank you very much for watching this video. One thing I forgot to bring up, that after you install a cloud code, then you have a Cloud Run tab here, and then you can use that. For example, you choose your account here and the service link with your account, and by choosing that you can see our service. This is the card service and this is the header service we just deployed, And in the service we can see the log by view cloud log, and this is going to open you a tab here, something like this. Yes, and you can see the log here, the log for your service. So it still have some sandbox and sandbox syscall because it's using the first generation, right? Okay, that's it. And one last thing. So if you remember, we left the service account here empty for Cloud, for the header service Cloud, right? So it would be used as service account, the revision. No, sorry, the revision here, the service account. So this is, it would be used the default, as I said, it would be used the default service account of the compute engine, and it's not really a good practice. So it's always better if we create a service account for it. So for example, I am service account. So we have the service account of service Cloud run, and then now just for service account for the header service Cloud run, and it's enough because this Cloud run service don't need to access to the Cloud SQL. So okay, then now we have the Cloud run for card service and the header service Cloud run for our header service account. Follow the best practice. Then here's, okay, sorry, configurations, service account, apply the service account here, apply, okay, and then run it again. This time we have the service account, header service account. So instead using the default service account for compute engine, it had all service account. And then after that, for example, if we want to access the Cloud SQL, we can add the IAM role to that service account here. Okay, then successfully. Check that again. Cloud run and header service, revision, security. I don't want to see this again, please. Security, yeah, header service, Cloud run. Thank you for watching this video.